Really an exciting offering here. A very, very difficult card to try and locate. The 58 hole, there's certain cards in our market that, for whatever reason, they aren't just important, but the stars aligned with the manufacturers to place them in certain positions that make them not only important, but really rare. The 58 Topps hockey was a limited production hockey issue. Topps really hadn't committed to hockey productions at all at the time. They'd run a 54 Topps issue. They did 57, and then this was 58. And the market was considered small, and so the amount of production quantity was low. And they only made 66 cards, so they weren't even really wanting to invest in a full 128 card sheet run. As it sits, this is one of these issues that just there aren't a lot of copies to go around, and high grades are indeed very rare. What makes the issue even more sort of alluring is they put Bobby Hull in there in his rookie year, and they put him at the very end of the set. So it's card number 66. It's the last card in the sheet. So not only is it important, not only was it printed in very limited quantity, but the condition is horrific on this card usually. Getting grades higher than X condition is very hard. This offered 7, in our opinion, is truly special. We have a centering shift here that's about 5 points. And then we have a small touch to this upper right hand corner, which we'll show, but this is about as close as you're going to see to an 8. This is a recipient of our above average eye appeal designation. This is the prettiest 7 that I can remember seeing. This is a really well centered example. Normally we're really strict when it comes to the eye appeal measurements around centering, but when you study this issue, you know that centering and print, they are in a different order of magnitude of awful. And so when you see a card that's centered 60-40 like this with print as nice as this, it is special. So conservatively, in our opinion, this is in the top 30% of all the 7s that exist. This is probably the best 7 that we've had a chance of brokering. And I think in comparison to the 8s that are out there, this ain't far off. And considering that the 8 values are, scaring 6 figures, this is an amazing investment piece, and I would say is definitely worth serious consideration. They just don't come looking like this very often. Zooming in on the print. The print on this issue is rarely perfect. This isn't perfect. We have just a small amount of snow that you can see kind of up in the Jersey area, couple flecks around, but overall very well printed, certainly within what we would consider 8 quality for print. Corner wise, there are 3 corners here that are easily 8 quality in our opinion. Very little signs of wear, no chipping along the edges. The one corner that has a little bit of a flaw is this upper right, and you can see it's still square and it looks great to the eye, but there's just this little nick, little notch there. It almost looks like the kind of thing that could just be kind of pressed back down, but there's just a little bit of a flare to that corner. And then the lower right is very sharp. Centering wise, certainly within 8 standards. I really think this missed a higher grade by just a whisker. If it wasn't for this little bump in the upper right hand corner, I think this would definitely be a candidate for a higher grade. It's really an uncirculated card. So yeah, all told, in our opinion, if you're in the market for a nice hole and you either don't want to wait for an 8 to surface, or when it would surface, don't really want to pay, $50,000 to $100,000 for it, this is a card that certainly is worthy of serious consideration. They don't come much better than this. It'd be a long time before a better 7 were to surface. So as it sits, this is just a very special card, comes highly recommended, and we're delighted to have it in auction 9.